Have you ever watched a movie and said, damn, that was a great film, but then you thought to yourself, I don't ever want to watch it again? Have you ever had that happen more than once? Well, this video talks about those films. Hey everyone, welcome to our top 10 list, and welcome to my top 10 one and done movies. Yes, you're all probably wondering, what is a one and done movie? Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's not just a bad movie, because we all never want to watch a bad movie again, because they're fucking bad movies. Well, sometimes we want to watch a bad movie, sometimes they're hilariously bad. I digress. A one and done is when you watch a movie and it's a really great film, but you just don't ever want to watch it again. Whether, who knows, there's lots of different reasons. Maybe you just don't have an interest to see it again. Maybe it's too disturbing or too disgusting, too boring, not funny enough, not creative enough. Sometimes you have no reason whatsoever, you just don't ever want to watch it again. And I'm here to talk about those films, because everyone has a different opinion what a one and done is. Everyone has different films like, oh, that's a one and done for me. And yes, in this video, I have a guest to help me with my top 10 list. Yes, you all know him. He's my partner in crime and on Evolution with Cody Curtis and Zach Pope. It is the man himself, the man who did this to me. Yes, Adam Daly from Almost Sidways. Introduce yourself.
Man, Jay, you never look so good. Hey guys, my name is Adam with Almost Sidways, movie reviews, trailer reactions, and rankings, a bunch of awesome stuff. This list was extremely hard, and I know that I've missed some movies on this list, so it's going to be interesting to see if we have any duplicates, so I'm excited for this list.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. And also, I gotta just stress this enough. I am not bashing any of these films. Some of these films are some like the great films. Like some people, this is probably a lot of people's favorite films of all time. I am not saying these movies are bad. I'm just saying it's a one and done for me. Like, I loved it. I watched it once. Don't need to watch it again. I just need to clear that up, because I might have some people like, what the fuck? This is my favorite movie, you ass bag. Anyways, I digress. Maybe Adam feels the same way too. Just don't chew our asses too much. Anyways, let's get to it. And before the top 10 list, we're gonna give our honorable mentions. Adam's my guest. He'll go first. He'll give his honorable mentions. Then I'll give my honorable mentions, and he'll go 10, 10, 9, 9. You know how it works. Start off, Mr. Adam Daly.
Alright guys, because I usually don't do honorable mentions on my rankings, so I'm on Jay's channel, so I have to go honorable mentions. There we go. My arm got tired all of a sudden. Alright, so I have a 2017 movie called Mother. I have the I can't read my writing, 74 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I might watch it again if I do a ranking, but it's a really disturbing film. Basketball Diaries from 95, Fiddler on the Roof from 71. The Human Centipede, I will argue that's actually a pretty decent horror movie, even though it's just totally disgusting. The Machinist from 2000. Yeah. The Machinist, starring Christian Bale in 2004. The Blair Witch Project. The Artist from 2011. And The Hunt, starring Mads Mikkelsen in 2013. That's some of my honorable mentions. Honorable mentions, sorry.
Yeah, wow. Interesting. We have some similarities. Alright, let me show you how it's done, Adam. Honorable mentions. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Hold the applause. Anyways, my honorable mentions are Hotel Rwanda, The Elephant Man, Martyrs, Lost Highway, Precious, Nymphomaniac 1 and 2, and The Machinist. We have that on our honorable mentions. Those are my honorable mentions. We just couldn't make the top 10. But we did make my number 10 is Adam's number 10, which is...
Number 10 for me is going to be surprising. It's a Best Picture winner from 2010, The King's Speech. Now, partially, the reason why this movie is on here, because I think The Social Network should have won that year, so I'm kind of always just like, I will never watch this again now that I watched it. But The King's Speech is a really good film. It has good performances. I like Jeffrey Rush the most in this film. But really awesome film. It's about the king who has a stutter, and he's trying to learn how to speak through that little blemish in his personal thing. But it's still a great film, really awesome looking film, but I just, for whatever reason, because The Social Network didn't win, I kind of held a little grudge against it, so now that I've seen it, I don't plan on rewatching it.
I get it. I've seen The King's Speech like 7 or 8 times, so it's not a one and done for me. I love The Social Network way more, though. Understandable. Alright, my number 10 is, funny enough, mine's also a Best Picture winner. This is a 2016 film, and that's Moonlight. Moonlight, I know some people love this movie. I love this movie. I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. That's how fucking good this movie is. Barry Jenkins did an amazing job with this film. It's so depressing, though. Like, I have no relatability to the film. Like, I had more relatability to Boyhood, which a lot of people call this movie the urban Boyhood. But everything that happened in Boyhood was relatable to me. Everything that Mason went through, I went through. I had no relatability with this movie, but that's not why it's a one and done. It's a one and done because it's so depressing, it's so morbid. And sometimes I like depressing movies, but this one just kind of just like, I kind of felt sad, and I felt like crying in the corner after watching this movie. And I just didn't want to really watch it again, and I never even bought the Blu-ray, and it's a great film. Mahershala Ali's great, Naomi Harris is great, all three of the actors that play the lead are all great. It's an amazing film, just, it's a one and done.
Good call on Moonlight. I have seen that a couple times, and I've cry every single time after that first act. I think the first two acts of that film are by far the best, but it's a good. I totally understand that. Number 9 for me, you had Nymphomaniac in your honorable mentions. I have a film because I haven't seen Nymphomaniac. I have Shame with Michael Fassbender. Came out in 2011. It's an NC-17 film. He basically has an addiction to pornography and sex and all this stuff. And it's a really great performance by Michael Fassbender. Great cinematography again. It's just one of those movies that after I saw it, it's like I kind of feel icky after watching it, and really powerful. But I just don't plan on rewatching it again. It's one of those ones that if you like Michael Fassbender, definitely check this out because I think this is one of his best performances, arguably one of his best performances that he's done, and it's definitely worth at least watching one time.
Actually, that's a really good pick. That's a one and done for me too. I actually didn't have that on my list. I should have put that on my list. That's a good pick. That's a one and done for me too. I watched that once and I'm like, yeah, that's never again. All right, number 9. Number 9 is a great movie, directed by Alexander Payne, great filmmaker. I love this movie. Again, I just don't want to watch it again. That's Nebraska. Nebraska is not depressing. It's not dark or disturbing. It's a comedic film. It's not overly funny. It's not overly dramatic. It's probably didn't deserve all of the Oscar love it got, but it's a good movie. It's a simple story about an old man who thought he won off a radio broadcast all his money, so he goes on this road trip with his son and everything. He's got good actors. He's got Bruce Dern, Will Forte, June Squibb, all give great performances, and it's all in black and white. I don't know why. It's not like a film noir, but still, it's black and white. It gives it edge, but it's a good movie. I just never watched it ever again. It came out in 2013. Never saw it again. Don't plan to see it again, so Nebraska.
Yeah, that's another good one I actually had. I went with a different 2013 film, but that's another good one that I've only seen one time as well. My number 8 pick is a film that made me cry at the very end. It's really sad. It's The Boy in the Striped Pajamas from 2008. It's a World War II movie. A little boy whose father is head of this Nazi prison camp, and the little boy friends a little Jewish boy that's on the other side of the fence in striped pajamas. They kind of form a friendship, and then one day near the end of the film, he journeys on the other the German kid journeys on the other side of the fence and dies in one of those gas chambers. Really, just like that's such a sad film. Have you not seen that, Jay? Okay, good. It's a sad one that I was like, all right, that the kind of source material and that kind of era always is usually are one and done movies for me. So, because that's a tragic thing that happened during that period in history. So, I saw it one time. I don't want to relive it again. So, number 8.
Yeah, I concur on that one. That was, again. I should have had that on my list too. Again, that's a depressing movie. Yeah, definitely one and done. All right, coming in number 8 is a film directed by my all-time favorite director, Steven Spielberg. No, it's not Schindler's List, even though that's a depressing movie as well. This is the movie Amistad. Amistad has Matthew McConaughey, Morgan Freeman, Jean Reno, Anthony Hopkins. Great movie. It's about 53 Africans on the Spanish ship, and they're basically taken as slaves, and basically they kill all these Spaniards and stuff, and they try to sail back home, but then they end up going back to America, and they all get arrested for murder, and they have to stand trial for it. This movie is utterly depressing, this film, and the whole first act is just really dark. Just seeing people getting beaten and stuff, kind of like 12 Years a Slave. I was going to put that also on this list, but I've seen that more than once, so it's not a one and done, but this is a one and done. I felt it overly sad. The first act was, I almost like threw up because of how disgusting and disturbing it is. How they treat people, it's realistic, because people were treated horribly back in this day, and I just couldn't bear to watch the first act of this film. It's so well acted, it's very powerful. Spielberg did an amazing job with this film. Just, I can't ever see myself watching it, even though it does have a happy ending. Like, the courtroom scene at the ending is really cool, and Anthony Hopkins is so good, and it has a happy ending, but it is uber depressing. It is super long. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes long, and yeah, just never again for me. It's a good film. It's Spielberg. Just, it's a one and done.
Yeah, that's I haven't seen Amistad or Schindler's List, so those won't be on my list, but I have to be in the right mood. I want to see them, but I just have to find that right mood, and unfortunately I haven't found it quite yet. My number 7 pick is a Martin Scorsese film from 2016. This film actually made my top 3. It was actually my number 3 pick of that year, and that's Silence, starring Andrew Garfield and Adam Driver, and it's about these two priests that journey into this distant country that doesn't have Christianity there, and it's very kind of, there's a lot of tragic stuff that happens, and it's really brutal at times as well, and it has a good like shadowing, talks about religion and stuff, so it's very controversial subject matter as well, and seeing a lot of the brutality that happens to these priests, like the torture that they go through. It's really tough and pretty hard to watch, so just based on that alone, it's a great film. I love Scorsese, and the performances from Andrew Garfield is awesome. Adam Driver is amazing. I think Garfield should have probably got nominated for this film over Hacksaw Ridge. But yeah, for me, Silence is going to be a one and done, even though I own the Blu-ray.
That's not a Blu-ray you're going to be popping on anytime soon. Silent Arrow calls it the Schindler's List of this generation stuff. It's the 2016 Schindler's List. Yeah, good movie. Totally get it. I've only seen that movie once as well, so yeah, good pick. Coming in number 7 is a PTA film, Paul Thomas Anderson. It's The Master. The Master is a really great film. It's about, well, a cult, and yeah, don't join cults. It's a really, really well-made film. Paul Thomas Anderson directed the shit out of this film. The cinematography's gorgeous. Joaquin Phoenix is so good. So is Philip Seymour Hoffman and Amy Adams. Everyone is on their A game in this film. It's just the story and stuff, and just, it's a bit boring at times. Like, I'll admit, I don't like to say that, but I was riveted, but I was also pretty bored watching this film, and I'm just like, by the time it ended, I'm like, that was really great. And then my friend was like, are you gonna watch it again? No, but still, it was really great. It's definitely it's no Magnolia, it's no Boogie Nights and stuff. It's not even a Phantom Thread. Phantom Thread was great too. I don't know, I can't see myself watching this again. I can't see myself watching Inherent Vice again either, but I actually don't consider that all that great of a film, but this is actually a legit great movie. It's just a bit dull at times, kind of boring, kind of weird and stuff, and it's not my kind of weird. It's not JayVaters weird. You don't want to know the kind of weird that is, but yeah, it's a great film, but I just can't see myself watching it again.
The Master is a great. I really like that movie a lot, and that sequence between Philip Seymour Hoffman and Joaquin Phoenix, where Phoenix can't blink, that is the best acted scene I've ever seen in my life. I think that's just amazing. Great film. Not gonna be on my list, unfortunately. I have seen that twice now. Number 6 for me is a movie you had in your honorable mentions, and that is Precious from 2009, based off the book by Push called By Sapphire. That's the whole title. Anyway, this is a movie filled with great performances, and an Oscar winner in Monique. Such a scum of a human being that mom is to her daughter, and what that daughter goes through in this film. She just wants somebody to love her, and no one does. That her family doesn't love her, and just the pain that she goes through is really powerful. And for me, it's kind of a relatable story. Not that I went through something like this, but I do know of a couple of people that have gone through similar situations, so it just makes it a little more relatable, and I just have no desire to rewatch this film again. Great performances for sure, but Precious definitely falls on my list at number 6.
Yeah, it's really sad. Like, my God, I felt like shit after watching that movie. I'm like, my God, that poor girl. Great. It's a great movie, but yeah, definitely a one and done. All right, number 6. Do you ever want to watch a movie about an old lady and she's slowly, like, her brain is dying, she's withering away, rotting away, and this husband has to watch his wife slowly decay and die? Doesn't that sound like fun? It doesn't? Oh, then don't watch AMOUR. AMOUR is a foreign language film that was nominated for several Oscars, like Best Director, Best Picture. Emmanuelle Riva was nominated for Best Actress. Amazing performance, great movie. I saw this at the Toronto Film Festival years ago, and it was amazing. Depressing as fuck, but amazing. Like, who wants to watch a movie about this very sweet old lady slowly decaying and dying for 2 hours and 15 minutes? That's so sick and fucked up. It's good, though. I have a grandmother that I love. I was picturing my grandma dying while I was watching this. I'm like, this is sad, depressing. I don't want to see this old lady die. I don't want to see this guy watch her die. This is her husband who loves her and cares for her, and he's watching her just slowly. She can't talk, she can't move, she can't eat. It is so depressing, and it is way too realistic for my taste. I want to, like, get transported into fantasy land. I don't want to show too realism. God, still, great film, great movie, but my God, it's depressing.
Hear that, guys? Don't make movies about Jay's grandmother, okay? Damn it! No, that's a movie I haven't seen. That's another one that's, I hear everything about it, and it's just like, I don't want to see my grandmother like that either, so I totally get it. Totally get it. All right, so number 5 on my list is one of 2 documentaries that you'll see in my top 5, and it's a film called Genocide from 1982. Same kind of subject matter as The Boy with the Striped Pajamas. It's all about the Nazi imprisonment, what they had to do to get out of those prison camps, and they go inside and show footage of these camps as well. And wow, it is some tragic, really harsh imagery as well. And it's just, again, that time frame is such a tragic period in our history. So seeing that, I was like, I'm not going to rewatch this again, but I'm glad I watched it for the fact that I got a little more information on that period as well. So informational for sure. If you're a fan of that, of military war stuff, this is something that you probably should check out. But Genocide from 1982, a documentary, really powerful. Just not going to watch it again.
Genocide. All right, I'm writing that down because I'm not watching that. That sounds just depressing. Never seen it, but that just sounds just, my God. Yeah, all right, my number 5. My number 5 is a Japanese animated movie directed by Satoshi Kon, a guy who gave us Tokyo Godfathers, Paprika, all those great movies. This is a movie called Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue is just... Yeah, this movie is what inspired Darren Aronofsky to make Black Swan, a film that equally fucked up, but I've seen more than once. Great movie. This is... If you think Black Swan's fucked up, this is a whole new level of fucked up, this movie. This movie is what it feels like when you're going mad and crazy. This singer who's becoming this actress, who's being stalked by this, like, creepy weirdo, and she's, like, seeing hallucinations of herself, and she doesn't know if she herself is going crazy. It's insane. This movie shows you this character going through these bad and dark things, and she plays in these movies where she gets, like, raped and stuff, and she's having hallucinations of herself from her past, and she doesn't know if it's real or not. This movie is literally showing you a person going mad. It's insane. Like, I felt like I was going crazy watching this movie. I'm like, lock me in a insane asylum after I'm done watching this. Like, no one wants to watch a movie when you feel like you're going crazy. It was just a mind fuck of a film. Great film. But my God, my brain was hurting. I'm like, put me in a straitjacket after this movie, because it screws with your head. And not in a way that I like it. Like, I like when movies, like, screw with my head a little bit, but not like this. I felt like I was legit going crazy watching this film, so... Never again. Perfect Blue, avoid it, watch it, but avoid it.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that Black Swan was based off that, or inspired by that. I thought it was like The Red Shoes or something, which is a great film, by the way. Watch The Red Shoes. Anyway, my number 4 is a movie it's kind of funny, coincidental that you mentioned Darren Aronofsky. It's a film from 2000 called Requiem for a Dream. Now, this is probably movie that I would possibly rewatch again. No about it, just because it's a really powerful film. Two great performances. A performance that this actress should have won. I can't remember her name right off the top of my head right now, but she should have won for the best performance of that year. This film is Ellen Bernstein. There we go. Ellen Bernstein. Jeez. Okay. The performance is by Ellen Bernstein, not Alan. Anyway, I'll get there eventually. But this is a film about, addiction. Different kinds of addiction as well. Like drug, the beauty kind of addiction as well. And it's just, wow, what a amazingly directed film. Really great performances. Really haunting imagery. And it's one of those films that I might possibly, given the mood, I might watch this again. But as of right now, I've only seen it the one time. And it definitely deserves to be in the top 5. This is one of my favorite Aronofsky's films. The other one probably would be The Wrestler. But this one's a powerful film for sure.
Yeah. We'll be getting to that. Yep. Okay. All right. Coming in number 4 for me is another Best Picture winner. Again, do you want to watch a movie about a romance between a girl and a guy who's burnt, like from head to toe? That sounds lovely. The English Patient. Yay, The English Patient. Really great movie. Did it deserve to win Best Picture? No fucking way. This beat Jerry Maguire and Fargo. Yeah, okay. And it's about 3 hours long, and a lot of it's in the desert. Just them, talking with each other. It's not like intriguing dialogue. It's a lot of staring. And he's burnt half to death. It's pretty gruesome to watch. I'm like, Ray Fiennes is so good in this movie, though. He was nominated for the Oscar. He didn't win. He was good, though. Like, he was really great. Kristen Scott Thomas, Julia Benucci. Julia Benucci did win, actually. She was good, too. Good movie, well-directed. And, yeah, it has pacing issues. It is way too long. Like, it is super long. Again, it's good, but it's too long. It's a little gross at times, and just, I don't know. And it won Best Picture. Like how you feel about The King's Speech. I felt strongly that this did not deserve to win Best Picture against Fargo and Jerry Maguire. 2 way better films, but good movie. Just, it's a little overhyped.
Yeah, the best thing about The English Patient's watching Seinfeld when they make fun of it. And yeah, see? Anyway, so number 3 is also a Best Picture winner, directed by Steve McQueen from 2013, sorry. 12 Years a Slave. This is a film that I've only seen the one time. Lupita Nyong'o definitely deserved the Oscar win, but another time is about slavery, obviously, and wow, what a pile of crap some of these characters were. Some of them give Ejiofor is amazing in this one, very emotionally driven, and you feel for the guy, and he shouldn't have been in that position, but it's another era in our history that it's not the best, and it's something that we shouldn't be proud of. And seeing this play out, it's emotionally moving. And 12 Years a Slave is going to be my number 3 easily.
Yeah. Anytime, a lot of people would say 12 Years a Slave, and 100% agree. I saw it twice, though, so it's not a one and done. I saw it twice, but I don't think I'll get past the 2 mark. But yeah, really great film, but yeah, definitely a one and done. All right, coming in number 3 is a foreign language film. It is a thriller. It is considered one of the great foreign films of all time, directed by Chan Wook Park. He directed the Vengeance trilogy. Yep, it's Old Boy. Yep, I know, Old Boy. This movie, amazing. I won't spoil the twist. The twist, one of the great movie twists out there. It is insane, deeply disturbing. Great twist. It just makes the movie all the more unsettling to watch because of the twist, but great film about this guy who gets held captive for all these years. Just seeing him wither away in captivity is depressing enough. Then he takes revenge in the most grossest way possible. And then the twist happens, and then the ending happens, and it's just, it's a little gratuitous. Great movie, though. It is one of the great foreign films of all time. It is the best out of the Vengeance trilogy. It is an amazing film with amazing performances, but it is deeply disturbing and just, it's a one and done. I know a lot of people love it, but it's a one and done.
Man, that's a great pick. Funny thing is, I watched the Josh Brolin version of that film first. I still haven't seen the original one. I thought the Josh Brolin one was the original when I first watched it, and found out that I was an idiot. So, yeah, probably I don't know when I'll watch that version. Probably later than sooner, but I'll probably see it eventually. All right, so number 2 is my second documentary on my list. I heard a lot about this film on YouTube on Watch Mojo. This is a 2005 documentary narrated by Joaquin Phoenix. It's called Earthlings, and this is a film that I couldn't find at the library. I had to find it on YouTube, actually. I've watched the whole film there. It's about the cruelty of animals, and some of the stuff they show in this film is very disturbing, to say the least. It breaks it down in 5 different categories. Domestic pets, food, entertainment, our clothing, and just breaks it down into all these different categories, and it shows in detail what's these animals and stuff. So it's a very disturbing film that I don't want to go back and revisit. I had to turn this film off and then come back to it a second time the next day just to get through it. To say I had it, and this is actually my number 1 film of 2005, and I don't want to rewatch it again. This is just one of those things that imagery will haunt you for a couple days after you're watching it. And as I'm talking about it right now, I can definitely see an image in my head right now from this film. So, yeah, number 2 for me, easily.
Never heard of it, never seen it. Probably not going to see it. It sounds oof. Okay, number 2. This is a big one right here. This is the one I was most nervous to talk about because I know a lot of people love this movie, and I love this movie too. Like, don't get me wrong. This is like a lot of people's like favorite films of all time. Like, I mean, like, people love this movie. Like, building it up because everyone's gonna be like, how can you not watch this movie like a million times? I'm like, no, watched it once. It's disturbing in the right ways, but still, it's a great film. It's Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange. Yeah, I know. I saw this movie once, 10 years ago, at my buddy's house, and the movie is so impactful. I remember everything that happened in this movie, and I saw it 10 years ago, but I remember everything, because the movie stuck with me. That's how disturbing and just screwed up this movie is. It just sticks in your brain. But that's a compliment on the film. I've seen this movie once 10 years ago, but I still remember everything about it. That's how impactful and how great this movie is. I have the movie on Blu-ray. I still have yet to watch. Yes, that is so fucked up, that scene. This is basically a movie about a freaking sociopath. This is the mind of a sociopath. He is a killer. He is a rapist. He's the leader of his gang. It's fucking Alex. That's his name, right? Yeah. Played amazingly by Malcolm McDowell. He is incredible in this film. The movie is directed by Kubrick. It's considered one of the great Kubrick films. I still think Eyes Wide Shut, Until Dawn, A Space Odyssey, and The Shining are his best films, but this is still up there. I think it is incredible. Showing, feeling almost sympathetic for this madman is really hard to do, but I did feel bad for him. But then I got scared of him again, especially by the ending, and it is really good. It is twisted. The way it's filmed, too, it goes out of its way to make you uncomfortable. And again, that's a compliment. That's what it's meant to do, but yeah, I haven't watched it again. I watched it 10 years ago. I haven't watched it again since. I even have the Blu-ray. I know, don't kill me, but great movie, one of the greats. But yet, it's a one and done.
No, I totally get that. I totally get it. I really like the movie, but I understand where you're coming from. It's very hard to watch. I've seen it twice, and I actually I found the Funko pop up in Seattle. I had to pick that up. Malcolm McDowell gave great performance as Alex DeLarge. He went from Clockwork Orange, and a brilliant performance, and he's also the villain in Home Alone 5, The Holiday Heist. So, powerful stuff. Anyway, my number 1 is a 2006 film. It's either 2 movies from 2006 that are always close to people's top 1. One of them is The Departed, and the other one is United 93, and that's what I have as my number 1 pick here. United 93 is directed by Paul Greengrass, and I believe, correct? Yeah. All right. And this film is about the flight of United 93, and it's being taken over by hijackers on 9/11, and the passengers take back the plane. Unfortunately, it does crash. And it's just another period that's very tragic. Another film that watching it, you just feel uneasy the whole entire film because you know exactly what the ending is going to be. It's not like a shocker. It's not like safe landing in Pennsylvania. No, it's bad. You know, it's pretty a tragic film that you could feel the heaviness of the film as it's going along, and no big name actors in it, and that's not the point of it. I did watch the special features, and I liked what they did. They actually went out to the families and got actually to honor the people. They actually tried to do their best to be the person to pay homage to the people that actually lost their life on this flight. So, very powerful film that I definitely don't want to watch again, and I feel like 9/11 is also a big part of American history too. So, definitely number one.
Yeah, that movie is so good, but yeah, I've only seen it once as well, and yeah, it really hits you, and you feel really sad after that movie, and a little depressed. It's a very tragic film, really well done though, but yeah, I 100% understand. Alright, my number one, Adam said it already on his top 10 list. Anytime someone asks me, what's a movie that is so good, but you can only watch it once, I give the same answer every single time. Requiem for a Dream. Number one and done. Ass to ass, never again. It is disturbing. It's about drug addiction. You feel like you're on drugs watching the goddamn movie. Darren Aronofsky did an amazing job. Ellen Bernstein's great. Jennifer Connelly's great. Jared Leto's great. Marlon Wayans is there. And yeah, it's got sharp editing, great cinematography. It is in your face the story is so in your face, look at this, we're about drugs, I get it, trust me, I get it, I'm sweating watching this film, and yeah, it is just so disturbing. It is very gritty, it is raw, it is dark, it's unpleasant. The ending is, there's no happy endings in this film, and it's disturbing. If you ever want to just watch people ODing and on drugs and have all these addictions and just seeing everything that's the problem with people, yeah, watch this movie. This will put you in a chipper mood. If I'm in a happy mood and I instantly want to be depressed, just put this movie on. I'll be depressed for weeks because that's how depressing and just disturbing this film is. Fantastic film. Never again will I watch it. It is my number one and done. So yeah, that was our top 10 one and done movies. Yes, that was a difficult list, and thank you, Mr. Adam Daly, for doing this top 10 list with me. A lot of good picks on here. Hope no one kills us in the comment section, but yes, thank you for joining me, Adam, and yes, tell all my subscribers where to find you.
You guys can find me here on Almost Sideways on YouTube. I do movie reviews, reactions, and rankings. I do rankings, yes, not as many as Jay, because he has a lot of time. But no, also you can find me on Twitter at Adam Sideways. I'm on Instagram as well, Almost Sideways _Adam, and Stardust Almost Sideways. So I'm on a lot of different stuff. Come find me. I'll interact with you, and I do my best to respond to every single comment. So love to have you guys talk movies and join the conversation. Till next time, guys. It's been an honor. Thank you, Jay.
Yep, and you'll see us soon. #evolution is coming. We're on the prowl. We're fucking ready. I'm talking to you guys, Mr. O'Toole's. I'm sorry. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and obviously in the comment section below, please let me know, what are your top 10 one and dones? Everyone has different opinions and thoughts, so in the comment section below, give me your top 10 one and dones in your guys' opinion. Comment below, let me know, and as always for this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.